Hey everybody, so today we're going to talk about probability. So, probability is the possibility that an outcome will occur of something. Generally, when we talk about probability, you'll see a lot of dice, a lot of spinners, a lot of cards. A lot of the questions have to do with those, and then there are more questions that are more real life questions, and we'll get to those. So, looking at this spinner right here, is there a high probability that the arrow will stop on purple? Why or why not? So, out of all of these, there are one purple, right? But how many are there in all? One, two, three, four, five. There are five other places it could land on, and there's only one of these. So would there be a high probability that it would land there? No. So, five vocabulary terms for probability are certain, likely, equally likely, unlikely, and impossible. Certain means that the outcome that you expect will absolutely definitely happen. There's no way it couldn't. So it is certain that I will draw a blue marble from this bag because there's no other color that I can pull from this bag. So that makes it certain. Impossible. Impossible is the outcome that would never ever happen. So, for instance, it's impossible to draw a red marble from this bag because there is not a red marble to draw from this bag. Likely means that the outcome might happen. It'll probably happen, but it's not for sure. Like, you're not 100% sure that you're going to get it. So it is likely that you would pull a green marble out of this bag, but it's still possible that you would pull out a pink one. Unlikely. This means that the outcome might not happen, probably not, but it could. And that's the instance of this pink marble. It is unlikely that we will get that pink marble, but it's still in there, so it's still a possibility. Equally likely, that means that you have the same amount of things. So that means you have the same amount of chance to get either one. So there's an equally likely chance that we could draw a pink one or a green one, like they're the same. So there's an equally likely chance that I will draw a pink marble from the bag as a green marble. All right, so looking at this, what statements can be made about this bag of marbles using the terms above? So we have 1, 2, 3 green marbles and 1 pink marble. So we can make a couple of statements about this bag, right? All right. One statement could be, it is likely to draw a green marble. It is unlikely to draw a pink marble. And it is impossible to pull a red marble. So those are the kinds of statements that we can make about this bag. Impossible. Let me remove my ink so we don't. So it's impossible. Okay, they said blue. It's impossible to draw a blue marble from the bag. Absolutely. It is unlikely to draw a pink marble. And it is likely that I will draw a green marble. And it is certain that I will draw a colored marble from the bag. All right, we're going to change it up. What statements can be made about this bag? It is impossible to draw an orange. It's certain that I will pull out a round object from this bag. And it is equally likely that I will draw a green marble from the bag as a pink marble. All right, so what is the probability that you will draw a red marble from the bag? So we're looking at this red marble. There's one red marble, and there's all other different colors. So it is unlikely that we will draw that red marble from that bag. You can also use numbers to show probability. So this is where we're getting into the different ways to represent probability. So you can use the blank and blank method. So the blank and blank is the total number of possibilities is going to go on the right side, kind of like when we're using fractions. So that's how many we have in all: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to put the number of possibilities that match your target. Your target is the whatever you're trying to figure out. So right here, your target is your red marble. And there's one red marble in this bag. So the probability of pulling out a red marble is 1 in 6. This can also be represented as a fraction. So it is also 1 in 6. So these mean the same thing. They're just two different ways to represent your fraction. What is the probability that you will draw a black marble from the bag? So I'm looking at this bag, and are there any black marbles in my bag? No. So it is impossible. And what is the chance that we will draw a black marble using the blank in blank? Well, it'd be 0 in 6. Sometimes we use letters inside of bags. So these are like letter tiles. So it's the same thing as colors, except for you're using the probability of the letters instead. So what is the probability that you will draw a consonant from the bag? Consonant. Remember, what's a consonant? It's anything. I apologize, I didn't mean to do that. Anything that isn't a vowel. So anything other than A, E, I, O, or U. So this is, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles, we have 3 of them that are consonants. So we've decided, because there's 3, but there's 5 letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to say that it's likely. So we're going to call it 3 in 5. What's the probability that you will draw a vowel from the bag? Well, A, E, I, O, or U. So we have an A and an E. So we have 2 tiles out of the 5. So is it likely, unlikely, possible, probable? It's unlikely because there's only 2 of them out of 5. And sometimes they'll use tiles that have numbers on them instead. So tiles are all number tiles, and it says, what is the probability you will draw a number that is not odd? Did it again. I'm so sorry. Not odd. Well, remember, numbers that are even are numbers that end in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. And those are the numbers that are not odd. So they're asking for even numbers. So how many even numbers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's likely. So, and it's 5 out of 8 because there are 8 total tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total tiles, and we said 5 of them were even. What is the probability that you will draw a number that is odd? So this means that numbers that do not end in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. So we're looking for odd numbers. We have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 odd numbers out of 8 numbers total. So is that likely, unlikely, certain? And it's going to be unlikely because there's only 3 tiles out of the 8. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on in this video is probability with dice. So it is an understood thing that dice have 6 sides. And if it's a dotted or a number dice, then you can assume that there is 1 number per side unless they state otherwise. So even though you can only see 3 sides of this dice, you know that there are 6, okay? And it says, what is the probability that you will roll a number less than 6? Well, there's 6 numbers up here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, what's the probability that you will roll a number less than 6? Well, all of those are less than 6 right there, right? All of them from here down. That's a lot of numbers, right? That's 5 of them out of 6 of them. And what's the probability that you would roll a number less than 8? Well, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all that's on this dice. And 7, 8 is way up here. And it wants to know what's the probability that you will roll a number less than 8? Well, it's what? Certain. Absolutely certain that we will roll a number less than 8 because that's all that's on that dice. So we have 6 and 6 chance. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any more questions, reach out to your teacher and make sure that you go to the lives because there's a lot more information and quite a few more terms that need to be discussed in your groups with your teachers. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye.